This year I've set myself a good challenge. The plan is to drive from here, John O Groats, to Land's End on the 300 TDI Fergie. Hello, so you've just seen the challenge I set myself in January. So why am I doing this challenge? Why do I want to drive this 1954 Ferguson with a 300 TDI engine from John O Groats to Land's End? Well, the reason is for two charities, St Mary's Hospice and Dementia UK, where I've had friends and family who have had support from them charities, and that's the reason why I want to do this. It's to give back to them two really good, worthy charities. So before I started the John O Groats to Land's End run, Furness and District Tractor Run put on a support run for me, and part of that was I allowed people to sign the tractor bonnet in memory of their lost loved ones. We also had some people sign it at Scotland and Clarkson's farm, Diddley Squat. If you want to have a sign on the bonnet in memory of a lost loved one, you can do that by visiting me at the Cumbria Steam Gathering, which is the last weekend in July. Let's have a recap of the tractor from when we got it to how it is now. We had the tractor parked up the evening of arrival, and that actually got us a few donations, just having the tractor sat there by the signpost. Here we go, this is the start of the John O Groats to Land's End trip. Thank you to the sponsors, Talking Headsets UK, Tony Brown Limited, AP UK and Furnace Blue Power. We've provided the support which allows us to be here today to complete this challenge, or start this challenge. Let's see how it goes. Let's get on with it. I'm just setting the sat nav for Aviemore. Let's see if we can make it. With the Bluetooth headset on, I've got Google which can talk to me, and I'm also going to listen to Spotify. And my dad can also ring me as well. I can take calls on the go.
Destined for Land's End.
On the evening of arriving at John O Groats, I updated Facebook just to let everybody know I got here, and I'd actually seen that there was a group of tractors who'd just completed the NC 500, and they actually finished at John O Groats. It turns out I end up passing them on the start of my journey on the way out in the morning. Well done, guys. As I'm driving along here, enjoying life, I'm going to try and edit this video where it's not too much engine noise going along, because nobody wants to listen to that. We're going to add a little bit at the start, and as we go through the video you'll see quite a few clips what my old fella has done when I've been passing laybys, etc. It was quite hard to film the footage for this to try and make it a little bit interesting, so let's see how we get on, and let me know in the comments what you think. With the tractor being modified with the Land Rover engine, it does mean it can actually go a lot quicker. It'll actually do around about 30 miles an hour, but for the purpose of this run, I'm doing it at around about 18 to 20 miles an hour. That's just to conserve fuel, and basically so we're not hammering the engine the full length for the UK. I do have what they call a Sherman step-up box, which I may install at a later date, which will give us roughly about twice the speed. by fitting that in. So potentially in the future the tractor may do sort of 50 to 60 mile an hour, but never with me sat on it. This run wouldn't have been possible without the support of a lot of people. The sponsors, Furnace District and Tractor Run, friends and family. There's too many of yous who have actually helped, so I don't want to list yous all off and miss somebody out. So this is to everyone who supported me on this journey and donated. Thank you very much. There's a future project sat there for someone. If you've stuck with us this far and you're thinking you would like a message put on the bonnet, but you can't get to the Cumbria Steam Gathering, please drop me a message and maybe we can do a video call where you get to see me write it, or I'll send you a picture. And as long as you make a suitable donation to the charities, that's absolutely fine. Even though I live by the sea, I find the views I'm actually seeing from the tractor now absolutely breathtaking. You can see with the clouds, it's an absolute stunning day and the views are just amazing. The hills I end up going down and up don't really show in the camera as steep as they really are, but one thing with having the Land Rover 300 TDI engine fitted is it'll maintain the speed where it goes down the hill, also up the hill as well. I've just pulled into this lay-by just to basically stuff my face with a few Jaffa cakes, get a drink of water, and it also gives me a quick minute just to reflect on the journey so far. And the main thing what's come to light is the views, but the smells as well. You can see around me is all the gorse bushes, which are really strong in the smell, and in the distance there you can see the farmers' fields which have freshly been cut. You don't get that with a tractor with a cab on.
We're just on the Dornoch Firth, right at the top of Scotland. Wait for Tractor Trev to come over the bridge, and here he is, holding all the traffic up. But he's doing well. He's been on the go for 5 hours now. There he goes.
Driving over this bridge, I later found out somebody had scanned the QR code off the back of the trailer and made a nice donation. Thank you.
So that is where we're at the moment. I can't pronounce it. Slod Summit. It's in between Inverness and Pitlochry, our next destination. And as you can see, it's very beautiful. And here, coming up the hill, Tractor Trev, otherwise known as the Tractor Addict. He's been in the saddle for 9 hours now, so he's doing really well. Tractor's running really well, so all good. Don't know if he's coming in here or not, or if he's bypassing us. He's bypassing us. He's keen to keep going. Quite a long haul to Pitlochry, so he's still wanting to do that tonight before we park up. Go Trev, go!
Coming up the hill, just south of Inverness now. Looks like he's pulling in for a brew.
After that amazing cup of Yorkshire tea, I then carried on, and which took me to the end of the day, where we parked up on an old military road in Dalwhinnie, a great place to stop, just 2 minutes away from the local service station.
Day 2, Trev's away from Dalwhinnie, heading down to Lanark now. Good night's sleep. We're off, ready to go again. And there he goes.
Early morning, just south of Dalwhinnie, about 5 or 6 miles south. All the Munros are on shore. Beautiful area. We're just a few miles south of Pitlochry. That was where we meant to get to last night, but Trevor had done about 11 and a half hours in the saddle, and we're about 40 miles short, so it made sense to pull in and call it a day at Dalwhinnie. But we were up at on the road at 47 this morning, and here he comes now. So we're just a couple miles south of Pitlochry. Beautiful drive through the mountains this morning. And here he comes. get a few good miles in today and try and get down way past Stirling Way today. Here's Tractor Trev. We're just on the A7076, just coming into Ecclefechan on the borders of Scotland and England, and he's doing really well, is the lad. No stopping him. Trying to get to Garstang tonight. If we can get down that far, it'll be a real achievement. Speak soon. Here's Trevor now, just dropping down Shapfell into Kendal in Cumbria, so we're not too far from our home, but we won't be getting to our beds tonight. As we still have half the country to go to yet, but he's making great progress, and it's looking like we're going to get to Garstang on time. Here's Trevor, just south of Garstang, near Preston. And he's pulling in for a brew. We are somewhere in the West Midlands, making really good time. Come all the way from South Preston yesterday morning. Well, we got there last night, so set up this morning and on our way to Diddley Squat Farm. Outside of Birmingham.
Now we've landed at Diddley Squat, you can see the main barn on the left. That's where it's basically a seating area around the back, and the building on the right is actually the farm shop. It's hard to believe just a little building like that brings people from all over the world. The original plan was only to stop at Diddley Squat for an hour or two, just to see how we got on with raising some extra funds. But because of the volume of people and they were donating, we ended up stopping there the whole day and booked on the campsite for another night. We also visited the pub, the Farmer's Dog, to have a look at the tractor hanging from the ceiling.
So we're leaving Diddley Squat Thursday morning, 7 o'clock, off to Exeter. Another 12-hour day in front of us. Be fresh from staying overnight. Don't exactly know where we're at, but it's in the middle of the Gloucestershire countryside. It's very beautiful again, and he's doing well. Keep going, Trev. With a beautiful Gloucester sunshine, the picture postcard village, and here comes Trevor. To Exeter this morning. Here's Trevor. Here's Trevor. So we're on the A30, about 15 miles south of Exeter, heading to the Jamaica Inn pub in Launceston, where they've agreed to let us stay the night on their car park. About 2 hours to go. Here's Trevor.
It was moments like this on the trip where you just have to remember why you're doing this charity tractor run, and that you just have to keep going to get it done. Whether it's sunshine or rain, it's just got to be done.
It's been going since 7 o'clock this morning. It's now 6 o'clock in the evening. We were destined to go just south of Exeter, but he's doing really well. He didn't want to just put in a 10-hour day. That would be cheating, so he's carrying on, and we've booked in at the car park on the Jamaica Inn pub, which is south of Launceston. So that will give us a head start in the morning, so hopefully we shall be done by about 11 o'clock. We should have completed the journey in the morning and back up home for Friday night. Keep going, Trev. Doing great. We have landed at the Jamaican Inn, Bolventor in Cornwall. Characterful place. And here comes Tractor Trev. 12 hours in the saddle again, but he's shortened the distance for tomorrow to about 3 hours driving, so he's done really, really well. What a shift he's put in 2 monsoon rainfalls. Off he stops the boy, some guy. Sweet tomorrow. Here we go, we're on the last leg, leaving the Jamaica Inn, destined for Land's End. With a beautiful sunrise over Bodmin Moor. It's just gone 6 o'clock, so we'll be down there for about 9.
Here we go! let's get this done.
So here we are, Land's End. And if I just pan around, you will see the legend that is Trevor Hughes, aka Tractor Trev, the tractor addict, just finishing his journey from John O Groats to Land's End in a pimped up 1954 grey Fergie. Well done, Trevor. Amazing. Doing it for two charities very close to his heart, Dementia UK and St Mary's Hospice. We've raised quite a few funds for them, and what an epic journey it's been. And there before you is what you call a proper hero. Well done, Trev.
I just want to give you a quick rundown of how the trip went to what I initially proposed. So day one was from John O Groats to Aviemore. We actually did a lot better than that. We actually got down to Dalwhinnie. Day two, we were heading for Stirling, Falkirk area, which didn't happen because we put that good of a day in day one. It meant it was only about 90 miles to Stirling, where we had a campsite booked. So what we did, we ended up going past Stirling, about 3 hours on the tractor, and we went to Lanark. And we stopped at the, challenging myself now, Cairn Lodge services on the M74. Didn't drive on the motorway, but that's where we got to on the A roads to get there. It was a good spot to put the tractor on the trailer, shoot back up the motorway to the campsite for the night, drive back down the following day to the same services. So we offloaded the tractor where we ended on day two. So day three was from the same services. We were aiming for Kendal, but when I initially did the planning to go to Clarkson's farm, it looked around about 170 mile. I don't know what I did. I must have left motorways toggled on the Google Maps. It worked out it was over 200. So it meant I had to put a good shift in on day three. So we went from the Cairn Lodge services and we got all the way south of Preston. That then gave me a reasonable distance to do from south of Preston to Diddley Squat, which we did absolutely fine. We had a day off at Diddley Squat where we managed to raise a few more funds from the people who were there. It's crazy, that place. We literally met people from all over the world, went to see this one little tiny farm shop. After that, we set off, I think it was then the Thursday morning, we set off from Diddley Squat and we're aiming for Exeter. But same again, we pushed it a little bit further and we ended up at the top of Bodmin Moor and we stopped at the Jamaica Inn. That then gave me a 3.5 hour journey left the following day on the Friday. I set off at 6 in the morning, so we were done for sort of 9:30 in the morning. Got the pictures, got a Cornish pasty and everything while we were there. Then on the way home, we stopped off at Dave Taylor. If you haven't seen Dave Taylor on YouTube, have a look. I'll put a link in the description if I remember, hopefully I do. He's got loads of tractors, some good stuff there. And he has a steam rally in September. So that's worth having a look at. St McGowan, I think it's pronounced. Have a look for his rally. It's mid to late September. Get yourself there. So once we'd finished at Dave's, we then drove all the way back up to home. And it meant I drove from 6 in the morning on the tractor till sort of 9:30, 10 to Land's End. Drove to Dave's, stopped there for a couple of hours, a little bit of a crack with Dave. Then drove back home from round about 1, 2, and we got back home at 11 PM at night, so that was a long day. If you're watching this video before the end of August 2025, you can still donate to one of the charities, or both the charities if you wish, by going to my website www.traverhughes.com tractoraddictuk.com, where you'll find 2 Just Giving pages, one for St Mary's Hospice and the other for Dementia UK.